Hello and welcome to Pokemon Horizons episode 108. Yeah, I'm watching this way later than I normally do because I've been so exhausted from the hospital visits. So I'm finally out of bed. Yes. How many more coins do you need? Okay, so, the mom has gotten an email. Not mom, the grandmother. I mean, the mom of Liko's mom, Lucia. That's Diane. Looking cool. I like the shades on Arcanine. Genki desu. Yes. Okay. So hopefully this is a fun episode. I need some, some positivity right now. A comment by A. Kyoke was that in episode 107, actually they did use Recurium under Zen mode Darmanitan. And I'll be honest, I haven't rewatched that episode either. I'll take your word for it. For some reason, I think in my mind that they didn't do that because I think they gave the Darmanitans orders. But maybe they didn't do that. But I mean, it would make sense that they would use Recurium. Which is actually pretty funny. I would assume that using Recurium on Darmanitan would remove it from its Zen mode, right? Because are they really in Zen when they're afflicted by Recurium? So that's actually quite interesting. So maybe it isn't that they get put into a primal rage or something. Because I would assume that would break Zen mode, right? Get it back. How have I never noticed that Quaxville and Crocolore comes out from what's called Flower Trick from Masquerada. Alright. Or at least the car engine. I do not. The only thing I really don't like about Rever Room is that I don't like the rocks that it has on it. I think it clashes too much. Should have been something else. Maybe it just could have been fumes or something. Oh wait, did you say she caught a Pokemon? I was thinking about fumes. Sadly, Spinel is on to him. So I assume what Spinel's gonna do, he's just gonna start feeding false information. Is what I think he's gonna do. I still think it's artificial Recurium. I think they actually managed to destroy, the Recurium that they were planning on destroying with Lucius. I think Spinel has managed somehow to synthesize it, however. Maybe that's why we've only ever seen it in gas form. Because maybe that's the only form he's able to synthesize it in. He hasn't been able to crystallize it. I mean, it might be the strongest Sableye, actually. Because it's a very strong Sableye. And it's a Sableye that doesn't rely on its ability Prankster. What other abilities does Sableye have? Oh, I don't remember. Obviously, it didn't have Prankster. It's its hidden ability. And it also didn't have Prankster in Gen 3. Was it Kenai? I think it had like some ability like that. How awful. I mean, we've seen them use Strong Sphere in like 2 regions, right, so far. So, slowly spreading out. Like Paldea. And did we see them use it in Galar? Oh, it's that book. Alright. So there's a lot of Scarlet here. Because obviously all of the what's called Paradox Pokemon we've seen have only been the Scarlet ones as well. And also the school is based off the Scarlet one. I do wonder if we're gonna see some Violet Paradox. Because they're called like past and future, but they're not really past and future. They're actually in the same timeline. Like at the same time, you know, it's paradox. But yes, it's gonna be like it doesn't have enough. They're gonna start learning about Kusa, everything here. Kusa, I believe. WWW. Alright. They're learning about Stellar right here. Oh, that is not something I. So they need Pokemon from all different types for Pagoga to absorb energy from or something. So I mean, in theory, you would only need 9 Pokemon then, right? If you have Pokemon dual types that don't overlap. Unless it only can use the primary typing, who knows? I do think they're wrong about that. I don't think that's something that's actually gonna play part in. But it is, you know, like a theory. And I hope she's wrong with that theory. But I do like that as a theory she's put forward. Because there's 18 types, but there are technically 19 with Stellar, right? I thought they were gonna like jump in there, so which I think we're gonna start doing. Sayonara. Yeah. I will say I haven't noticed that now, but you know, with the fact that the color of her like in hair and you know the vent right there, she does remind me a little bit of Crony actually. I'm getting some Crony vibes from Diane. Used to be. Yes. How did you know? Nani? Yeah, like, did you even know about the six heroes? Well, they probably do, because I mean, the Ancient Explorer and the Six Heroes is a story that people seem to know a little bit about, but not necessarily who the six heroes were. Oh, nice. So I wonder what other Pokemon does Diana have? Or was the Pokeball she had, was it the Pokeball for Reverum? I assume that Reverum is just a wild Pokemon that she has helping her. Kindle Fire, yeah. Alright, so the next fire type attack gets boosted. Like, thanks for the training. Are we gonna see? Are you gonna battle with your other Pokemon? Oh, okay. She moved her mouth, but no audio happened. So was that a mistake, or is it just the file that I have? Because she moved her mouth and no audio. Alright, nice. 2v2. And they're doing defeat all Pokemon. They're not just doing the first Pokemon to get knocked out. Okay. I like that. Oh, okay. Rotom Wash. Oh. Well, at least your Mascarania is super effective versus it. And one thing that I didn't know until pretty recently, or maybe I knew it but I forgot, is the fact that when Rotom changes forms, like when it goes from normal Rotom or like light bulb Rotom, because I have a theory that what we call normal, you know, the ghost electric one, might not actually be normal Rotom. Um, but it actually gets a stat buff. Nice. Oh, oh, was that? Because it tanked the flower trick as well. No, that's good. That's what you want. So it has good battle instincts. Like, oh shit. Wait, what happened? Ah, no. Okay. Or maybe it's just, you know, she kind of went like, you know what, be nice. I mean, to be, he's gonna try and, okay. So using a little bit of a tactic that, you know, what's called, Freed used versus Spinel, you know, by using the lightning rod to his advantage. Well, I guess technically maybe 2 hits. Hydro Pump and a Flare Blitz. But alright. Especially when you're fighting 2v2. And oh, it has a nuclear sign. Has Caribou always had that? Like that nuclear sign on his head? Okay. Do you understand now, Caribou? Or Shark Cadet? Don't make me like take a hit like that again, alright? Otherwise, I won't let Liko, pet you. Alright. Lightning Rod? Not Lightning Rod. Extreme Speed. There we go. Jesus. Oh, right in the eyes. I mean, it makes sense you would use Hydro Pump, right? But I want to... Oh. Like, use discharge. Oh. Oh, takedown, alright. So, Clear Smog, Ember, takedown. And... have we seen something else? I want to say we've seen another move. But it might escape me. Which, to be fair... Okay, that's worthless. Yeah. No damage. Alright. Is that Fire Spin? Fire Vortex. Yeah, I think that's Fire Spin, right? Was that Fire Pledge? I don't know. Well, that makes sense. But at least it learned a new move. Good job on learning a new attack. No. Oh. The lightning looked a little bit weird right there as well when going in the Pokeball for Mascarania. Yes. Grandma, you're amazing. Alright, I mean, I'm curious. Now, let's see. Shark Cadet. Like, what move? Oh, they're having a nice feast. But I won't say no to good food. Yeah, so I'm not staying. Always be on the move. Like, you know what? I don't care about you. Fuck off. I'm here for Liko, not you. Yes. I mean, yeah, I mean, you're already caught. And doing that right there is pretty stupid of Hamber, right? I mean, it's the only lead you have. I mean, I would like to taste chuckle juice. I can see they have some chuckle juice right there. I was assuming that chuckle juice probably like is super high in sugar. Unless, I mean, it obviously does some like level of fermentation. Is it a bit carbonated maybe? I don't know. Because if it isn't really that carbonated, then it has really fermented along, right? But it has some fermentation then. Onigori! Alright. Which I assume we're going to see. So let's just skip ahead. Oh, poor things. Yeah, it breaks a jaw. Oh, that poor creature. Oh. Are we gonna be on the... Oh. On the move on it becoming a Tinkaton? Oh, nice, nice. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it might actually evolve next episode. Or I hope it doesn't evolve next episode. I hope it's just the first step of evolution. Alright. Well, let's have this one. The episode was fine. Like, I don't think it was like anything like super special. It's nice seeing Diana. Actually, liked the little double battle they had right there. I mean, it wasn't necessarily like a battle. I think it was like it's a good little training battle, I'd say, that they had right there with Diana having a mission. I think Diana going into this, you know, she kind of knew about Charka death, it seemed, or she had a suspicion. When she did those moves in the beginning, she's kind of like, ah, okay, that's how it worked. That because obviously she knew that it had flash fire from the battle with Crocolore. So, I mean, I think this really showed like a lot of not growth, but a lot of like man, I'm brain dead right now. It was a good Diana episode, and oh yeah, I was gonna look up what is Fire Vortex. Let's see if we look at moves that it can learn. Yeah, it has to be Fire Spin, right? Because I can see it learns Fire Spin at level 12. I don't think it's Incinerate. And obviously it can learn moves maybe that it wouldn't be able to learn through level up normally, but I mean it's called Fire Vortex. So yeah, it is Fire Spin. That's cool. I wonder, does it then have Ember, Clear Smog, Fire Vortex, Takedown? Because, for example, Takedown isn't a move it learned normally. It's like a move from TM, right? But I do like that it has that move. Even though you're not... It might be a move that you want to replace sooner rather than later, right? Yeah. Especially since obviously it's going to become an Armor Rouge. Because when we see how it uses Ember, it's kind of like how an Armor Rouge uses Armor Cannon. So, yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to the development of Shark Cadet. At least that means that, you know, Liko is gonna have another Pokemon that actually gets to do stuff, right? Instead of just having Masquerada. I did not expect her to have Rotom Wash, but then when she threw out Rotom Wash, I was like, that makes sense. So maybe... Oh guys, I don't remember. Did I watch the preview last time? Because, I mean, I do remember watching the preview in the beginning, and then when I saw Diana, did I stop then? I don't remember. But I wasn't like super like, oh, Rotom Wash. It's kind of like, oh, I think I remember that, but who knows? Yeah, like I don't have much to say. I'm gonna read comments just quick, and then I'll take a rest, and then probably edit and then upload. So we'll see when this actually comes out. Probably won't come out on the same day that I record it. Let's see. Comment by... Oh. Just pronounce it as Agok. Like Akiokes told me to just call him or her Akikok. Agakok. I'll be honest, that's more difficult for me to pronounce. I'll just call you Kyoke. Let's say that. Agakok. I have a hard time with that. Let's see. By Shannon Quet. I don't like Spinel. He's a bully and an enemy. And I kind of agree with Hunter HQ. Like, that's what villains are meant to do, right? And that's what I like about Spinel. I like that he's like a piece of shit. I like that. I think we need more of that. I think Spinel is like the perfect amount for, you know, Pokemon. I don't know. Spinel, probably one of the best villains in the show. And that includes, you know, the Ash series as well. I mean, Pokemon has not have a good track record with villains, to be fair, but that's probably because they had to have Team Rocket. You know, and I mean, I liked Jesse, James, and Meowth, but their inclusion kind of like had made it so that they had to reduce the others, like bad guys, right? Otherwise, like you only had like 20 minutes per episode. And then Chan Quay also said, I don't like Charles either, which I assume that's like the black girl, right? Who I think is called Ebony. I think her name is Ebony in Japanese. Let's see. If I search Charles Pokemon Horizons villains. The Explorers, let's see. Yeah, Chelsea. Agate is her name in Japanese. And then Onyx is the other guy. Why did I think her name was Ebony? I'm about to think of someone else. Was that like a nickname, maybe? Oh, I don't know. Let's see. A Hunter HQ. The no Rayquaza incident among the captured. Yeah. I think when I went back and flicked through the episode during the redirect, I kind of noticed that. But I missed it during the actual reaction. Shells as in Shalkedoni. Okay, so this is something about her name that I said, like at 7:56. So what does Chalcedony means? Calcet. Okay, so it is it's an element. Or a cryptocrystalline form of silica. Alright, yeah. I mean, that makes sense because they're all based off that. Is that the same as agate? Is agate and calcite? No, it's not. Oh, so I wonder why. I mean, I guess renaming her. Why did they rename her to Chalcedony instead of just keeping her name as Agate? Because, I mean, that's what it's called in English as well. Who knows? And it also is, you know, agat in Swedish. And it's quartz, you know. Okay. Sometimes when you think about, like, why did I do that name change? Doesn't make any sense. Let's see. Hunter HQ also said, I feel after beating the explorers here, they should have maybe taken something from the base, like evidence or something. Yeah, or at least, I mean, I assume they had the Rotom phone on them, like maybe take some pictures. I think could have been good. Total Chaos 375 said at 2:12. No, that's not funny. No, please, no, I love them. SM. And I assumed SM doesn't mean sadistic or masochistic. So I don't know what that is. It's a abbreviation? God, off. But that must be when I said that I think Hamber and Diana might die later on. I still feel that way. And actually, this episode with Diana made me go a bit more like, ooh, I feel like they've set up another death flag for Diana, especially after Ludlow said, that's one way to keep yourself young, you know. I feel like, oh, that to me sounds like another death flag. Shannon Kui said, Amethio has his mom and dad's hair and his mother's eyes. Oh, that was on episode 104. Which, yeah, he does. Let's see, Hunter HQ. Indy and Rubella using Pokemon that are counterparts to Jet Red and Blue. My prediction next ones will be Ninetales and Alolan Ninetales, which that could be nice. Like, I hope they keep using those types of Pokemon, you know. I do think if they get Alola Ninetales and then regular Ninetales, I think that would be a good like stopping point for their teams. Let them have those 3 Pokemon and then start showing them instead of just giving them new Pokemon every time. So I do think I want to see the Ninetales and Alola Ninetales and then make the stop right there. So they have those 3 Pokemon each and they can, you know, swap their Pokemon like they did. So they like could potentially have 6 Pokemon, you know. But they are split 3 each. Like those 2 are more of like those double trainer classes. That's kind of like schoolgirls training class, or like senior and junior training class. You know, like the family training class. Dragonite felt so forced that I bet the showrunners didn't even know it was going to be in it until ZA announcement. Just tired of these overused Pokemon being focused on all the time. I also hate the Megaform. I would love a regional or alternative evolution that was a blue Serpentine version of Dragonite that looked like a natural progression of Dragonair. This Mega is half measured of that idea and means that it will probably never happen how I want. And I agree with this entire comment actually. I do agree that they probably didn't know And maybe there was another Pokemon that was planned for Ult. Or, Ult as a character was probably shoehorned into the story with ZA. I don't think he was supposed to be in the show to begin with. So, him and then the Dragonite, I think they kind of like go hand in hand and being that forced into it, right? And yeah, Dragonite has become like very overused, especially after Ash had his Dragonite. And his Lucario's like, come on, we're seeing the same Pokemon over and over again. So I agree with that. And I also agree with, I would have rather had like a Kalosian Dragonite. I don't think we will get any Kalosian forms, which is too bad because I love regional forms as well. I think I love regional forms more than Mega Evolutions, but I want both. But not necessarily for each Pokemon, right? If a Pokemon has gotten a Mega form, I don't really want it to also get a regional form. Like I would rather have that regional form to someone else. And I do think like having like a Kalosian Dragonite would have been good. And maybe making it actually like Water Dragon, because the whole thing about the Dragon Dratini and Dragonair, the fact that they spend most of their lives in water, pushing that forward. And then it could also be like, maybe Kalosian Dragonite sometimes get confused with Gyarados, and that's how the myth of Magikarp, that Gyarados was actually the evolution of Dragonair. That's how it came to be, like, could have been something like that, right? To play with that theory or whatever. It's a theory that I actually believe in, that Gyarados was supposed to be the third evolution of Dratini Dragonair, and then Dragonite was supposed to be the evolution of Magikarp. That's what I think. I think they were both supposed to be dragon. I think that Gyarados was supposed to be Water Dragon, and was going to be the evolution of the Dratini line. And then Dragonite was going to be the exact same it is now. But it's going to be the evolution of, the carp jumping over or through the gates or something, right? The Torii Gate. But I mean, I guess the fact that Dragonite is mega popular and it is kind of like, like an overuse and Pokemon and stuff, is the fact that, you might still get what you want from it. And also it's a Gen 1 Pokemon, so you know what they like, shoving those in anywhere they can. So I don't, if it was Tyranitar, let's say Tyranitar didn't have its Mega, and now we got its Mega in the show, then I would say like, okay, there's no way it's now gonna get, a regional form or something. Or alternative, split evolution, that's not gonna happen. But because it is a Gen 1 Pokemon, that might still happen. And also, I mean, they have really revealed like 3 new Megas, right? Dragonite, the Victreebel, and Hawlucha, right? And out of those, I actually like the Hawlucha one. I do think it's like the perfect thing for Hawlucha. Like, it doesn't really feel like super like a mega, but when it comes to like Hawlucha and how a mega of Hawlucha should be, I quite like it. And I mean, I like Hawlucha. The swagger, like, that's good. Because I don't know, I would not want Hawlucha to get an actual evolution. I feel like Hawlucha is a Pokemon that should stay like a single stage. So it getting like the Mega, I think it's good. Because the Mega for Hawlucha reminds me a lot of the Mega for a Sableye. Which is kind of like you take that, like for example, Sableye again, like basically just get a big gem. Like, I love that. when it comes to like those types of Pokemon.